Hi there, welcome back to another episode of Abnormally Normal. This week we're focusing on conservation tips that you can do at home. And today's Earth Day, so that means we're halfway through our week of conservation tips. Today we're learning about reusing our waste, which we all know about recycle, reduce, reuse. Today is reuse. And we're in the skunk exhibit, and we're going to talk to you about how we reuse some of our waste here at the zoo. So we're here with my skunk friends here. This is Fred, and this is George. You can tell George apart because he's got a black spot on his head, kind of like a freckle, and Fred does not. Fred doesn't have that mark, and George does. So right now they're eating some peanuts. They're super excited about those yummy snacks they've got. But if you look around on the floor, it looks like there's some trash in here. And at the zoo, we don't see this as trash. We see this as reusing waste. So what you might put out to go in the recycle or anything like that, we actually reuse to give animals enrichment. So in here we have some newspaper and some toilet paper tubes and some things like that. And there's probably some yummy treats inside for our skunk boys to enjoy. So one of the things that they have in here are cannolis. And I'm actually going to show you a cannoli right here. And you can make these for your pets at home. So this is literally just a toilet paper tube, and I'm going to show you how to make one. So I'm going to put one on the ground here, so if the boys decide that they want one of those, they can. So it starts with a regular toilet paper tube, and you're going to smush down the edges like this. And my dog loves cannolis. So just smush down the edges so it makes a nice flat end there. And then we're going to dump some skunk treats in here. And we have broccoli, sweet potatoes, and apples today. And the skunks love these. I don't love broccoli, but they do. So we'll see how they like it. I think I would want maybe some chocolates in my cannoli, or popcorn, or cheese would be delicious. But these guys are going to have fruits and veggies because that's healthier for them. So then we plunk it on the ground, and it takes them a little while to figure out. You can also do it with some trickier items too. So nuts take a little bit longer for skunks to eat. So again, we're going to smash down those edges. Oh, see, Fred's really excited about that cannoli that he's got. I'm going to put a peanut in this one. He's going to be even more excited. So we're going to see. Oops, I might have startled him a little bit. Let's see if he wants this one. There you go, buddy. That one smells like peanuts. So this is a great way that we reuse our waste here at the zoo. And our skunks, who will be turning 6 in May, so they have a 6th birthday coming up on May 10th. They'll probably get some other treats like this made out of reusable waste and things like that we can turn into a really fun birthday celebration treat for them. So it may not always be peanuts and veggies and fruits. They also like yogurt, hard-boiled eggs, even crickets. So skunks are omnivores, which means that they pretty much eat anything. If it's tasty and they can smell it, they'll probably eat it, which is why you unfortunately see skunks around trash sometimes. So what we can do to help keep skunks safe is make sure that we keep our trash in at night and then only put it out in the morning so that we don't have to worry about skunks getting into it at night. Same thing goes for bears. So another thing that you can do is we're going to make something else today too that's helpful for you. So as Fred's playing with that cannoli over there trying to get into those peanuts, I'm going to show you how to make something else. So we're going to turn a normal milk carton into a snack container, and I've made one at home, so it's going to look like this, and it's got a little lid and all this fun stuff, and I can actually use this for snacks for my lunch, or all of these nuts I'm going to give to the skunks. So this could be my skunk snack lunch pack. Made a little poem there for you. So we're going to make one of these, and you can make one to go into your lunchbox too, and all you need is a milk crate and some scissors. So what you're going to do is take a milk carton, and it can be, I used a milk jug at home. We're in a keeper area, so sometimes it's a little loud. That's all that noise was. So I used a clear one at home, but you can use a carton too. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw on all sides, and I hope you can see this, but one side you're going to go really high, almost all the way up to the top, and the other 3 sides you're going to do nice and low. And I drew the letter an upside down U on each corner because I'm going to cut there too, and that's going to tell me, it's going to help me fold the corners down later. So I'm going to draw this last line, and then we're going to start cutting. And I did use a ruler to measure mine out. Oh my gosh, there's a skunk at my foot going all for that cannoli there. Must be they're pretty happy about that. So I did use a ruler on all the edges here just to make sure that all of my lines are even as you go around the sides. It really doesn't matter how you measure it. It's totally up to you. I just kind of eyeballed on this seam how high I wanted this one to go, because if it's really high up here, we can trim that down later. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut into this, and if you have parent help, I highly recommend it, but I cut a hole just randomly in the side there and on my lower side. and that'll help me cut out the edges. So we're gonna cut all of this out, and I'm not gonna do it all for you right now because this takes me a little longer, but we're gonna cut all around these lines that we put on here. And I used a black permanent marker, but you could use a dry erase marker. It might wipe off. You could use a washable kids marker, all of that fun stuff. So again, you might want some parent help with this. I might need some parent help with this. Have some nice strong scissors. But you're gonna cut around all of these sides, and I'm actually gonna show you what it looks like with this one after it's done. So now I made this skunk snack box here. I'm gonna dump it out. But when it's all cut out, it's going to be, it's going to look just like this. So you can see that I have some lines on here from where I made it earlier. And all you're going to do, so those 3 sides, you're going to fold in just like this on all sides here. I try to keep this big side out of the way. So all of those will fold in. And I did my best to make them as even as possible, but if they're not even, it's okay. As long as you're not storing like pudding or water or juice and anything in here, it shouldn't be a big deal. But if you're doing like snacks, nuts, maybe some cookies, anything like that, it would be totally fine if it's not even. Then this top piece, so this is that high side that we've made, we're gonna fold that down on the same plane here. So we're gonna fold it down like this, and then it's gonna stick out a little bit. When I first made this, it was too long on the edge here. It dripped over the edge here, so I had to cut that a little bit and made it all even. Then to close it, and you guys can get really creative with this, I had some extra magnets at home, so I turned them into a latch. So I just put those on here, and I learned that hot glue doesn't stick very well to this plastic. It might stick better to the carton, but I used a zip tie to get this magnet on one side so that my little snack box here stays nice and sealed. So then I can put my skunk snacks back in here, all these yummy nuts. So that way, when I'm making cannolis next time, I've got them in a nice sealed container made out of reused waste. So that way we didn't end up throwing something away. We could reuse it, and we can use this over and over and over again, because plastic will last a really long time, and even this carton will last a really long time. And you can make these out of full-size milk jugs too, and then you can fit a whole sandwich in there. So I don't know about you guys, I eat pretty big sandwiches, so my sandwich probably wouldn't fit in here, but if you use a whole milk jug, you can fit lots of things in there, the full gallon milk jug. You can use a water jug, a juice carton, it doesn't have to be milk. We use milk today because that's what we have. But I hope you have a lot of fun making these at home, and I'm gonna see if Fred and George want one more peanut before we go, and see if that's a great way to say Happy Earth Day and send them off if they're interested in celebrating the special box that we've made for all of their skunk snacks. So stay tuned for the rest of the week as we wrap up our conservation at home for more Abnormally Normal series this week.